What is up, all my kaiju friends and fans? This is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room in Greater Cincinnati. And in this video, I will be talking about this here custom piece. I wanted to do an in-focus video on it. It's from the iconic movie 1973's Godzilla vs. Megalon. Of course, it is depicting the handshake scene. I call it the handshake, in which at the end of the film, after Godzilla and Jet Jaguar defeated Megalon and Gigan, they did this historic thing here, this handshake. This is one of two iconic moments in this film. The other one is the drop kick that Godzilla does, which I have back there on the top shelf on the right hand side. On the top by the Godzilla Tower, I have that depiction also, which is also done by the artist known as Mark Sang-Yang. He does a good job with these things, and when I started on my journey with him and this whole thing, I was choosing moments like this for my sculpts, and it's a custom made out of clay, epoxy clay, and it's very nicely done. Of course, this movie, I think, if I am correct, the movie was only supposed to have Jet Jaguar in it, not Godzilla, but Toho feared that Jet Jaguar would not be enough of a draw for the fans by himself, so at the last moment they added Godzilla into the mix to get that name recognition in there. So, and you can kind of tell that to me in the movie that, because Jet Jaguars are very prevalent in the film, Godzilla really don't show up to the very end, the end battle. So, and it's only like 10 minutes or whatever. So you can see in the movie, in my opinion, how it was supposed to be more geared toward Jet Jaguar, but they added Godzilla. But this, and I love the movie. It's one of the most memorable movies from my childhood watching. All the 70s films, the late 60s, 70s, all of them. But in particular, the 70s films are the ones I remember the most fondly from my childhood. And this one is no exception. I remember watching it many times when I was little. But I love the movie. I love the zany, goofy stuff in it. For example, this scene, and then the dropkick scene. So, and this is, I'm biased to, this is my favorite suit, along with the previous suit to this, the 68 through 72. So I really do love the design of the suit. I know this is the superhero Godzilla, but I love the movies nonetheless. This is a nice sculpt. It's done in 30 centimeter scale, and you'll see some size comparisons here soon. It's on a base. First, I will start off with these two pieces that Mark made for me, and I didn't even ask for these. He just threw them in. It's depictions of the three main human characters from the film. The boy is on the, I think it was his father, I can't even remember. The boy's on his shoulders, and then the other gentleman. That's a depiction from Mark of the three main human characters, and I usually just keep them right here in the middle of this base, so I don't lose them. But as far as the base goes, it's pretty cool, pretty nicely done. Nice looking dirt effects and little mountainous areas. Nice green shrubbery and a little tree here even. But it's nicely done. Nice hilly rocky effects all around it as far as that goes. But the shrubbery he did a nice job on. He's even got some dirt effects on Godzilla's tail and on his feet, and same with Jet Jaguar to a lesser degree, but it's pretty nicely done as far as the actual base goes for this sculpt. As far as the two actual figures, they're both pretty cool. Godzilla standing pretty much straight up, straight forward, looking at Jet Jaguar. His dorsal plates start on his tail real small. They are silver in color, and then they get to the back dorsal plates. They're very nicely done with the bumpy inner texture on the inside, darkish gray color, and then the outer is nice and silver, just like Godzilla was in the film. The tree bark skin on Godzilla is pretty nicely done. I will say on my more recent sculpts, Mark always says he's getting better and better, and I can tell by the more recent one, like my gigantic Godzilla 68 or my gigantic 84, that his sculpting abilities have progressed since I've been dealing with him for just over 2 years now. So he does continually get better and better. I remember when he did this sculpt for me, he actually told me he thought it could have been better, and he thought if he had another chance at one, it would be even better than mine. So, but it is nicely done. Godzilla has nice sculpting with the tree bark skin. He's got the charcoal gray skin collar, just like the film. His left hand is down here by his side. Of course, the right hand is extended in a nice handshake here, and Jet Jaguar's got him clasped with both hands, just like in the movie. Excuse me. Godzilla is classic 73 through 75 suit look in his face. Nice texturing, sculpting on his face by Mark. It looks exactly like that Godzilla suit, in my opinion. Eyes are white with a brown pupil and a black inner dot on the brown pupil, I believe. Yes. Nicely done, head to toe on Godzilla on this sculpt. Really cool, though, how he captures these things pretty well. And like I said, he has gotten better and better, in my opinion, since some of my earlier sculpts I've gotten from him. And this is one of the older sculpts I have from him. As far as Jet Jaguar goes, he looks like he's jazzercising here with his blue leg warmers, so to speak. In my opinion, that's what they remind me of, those leg warmers. And then he's got his wrestling yellow knee pads on, of course. And then you got the nice silver tones all over his suit, and nice waistband type thing he's wearing there around his waist. And then of course his arms are extended with the blue elbow pads, and the silver on the arms is with the round sections. It's really nicely done. Yellow on the shoulders, red around the upper chest, and with the crest, the arrow pointing down crest on his chest. On his back here, there's a area where his suit would zip, actually. Nicely done. Red on the upper back, blue all around the neck there. Of course, like I said, his arm, both hands are extended, grabbing Godzilla's forearm and hand in the shaking motion. Jet Jaguar's look on his face is really nicely done. He has sculpted in the indentations for the bolts that put him together. You can see those on his head and stuff. Nice pointy head like the suit had. Nice depictions of the antennas on the side here too. Pretty cool. Nice black eyes. Nice straight sculpted mouth, teeth. Really cool. Nice red paint job lining on the back of his head, just like the suit. Overall, it's pretty good. But I do recall Mark saying he thinks he could do this thing even better if he had another shot at one. So, and I tend to agree with that, because I've seen his work progress and progress. And the last one I got, the gigantic 68, is really just really impressive. But this here, I love this piece. It's from an iconic moment in the movies, and when I've been commissioning these from Mark, I tried to go with some memorable scenes from the movie. So, all right, let's try to do some quick size comparisons, and I'll start that off right now. All right, everybody, I'm back. Here's my custom 30 centimeter sculpt of the Handshake 1973 with my 25 centimeter Godzilla 1971 X Plus. So you can see, I mean, these are on a base, but they are quite a bit bigger in height and girth and everything. So Mark's scaling is usually pretty accurate as far as his scaling from 25 to 30 centimeter figures. So pretty cool how he does a pretty good job with that, in my opinion. but they look really cool together. All right, let's do a few more size comparisons right now. All right, everybody, here's my X Plus Yuji Sakai Godzilla 1989 30 centimeter figure. Godzilla and Jet Jaguar are probably a half an inch off the base of this spinner, because the ground is sunken in the middle. It's hilled up on the sides, but it's sunken in, so I'd say they're only about a half an inch off higher than the Sakai is, so as far as general height. But overall, right now, they're about an inch taller, I would say. Yeah, about an inch. All right, let's do another size comparison. Let's move on to that. All right, everybody, here's the X Plus 30 centimeter Gigan 1972. Of course, Gigan appeared in this movie 1973, but in my opinion, the suit was thinner than this guy. I think that, to me, that was a major difference in the 72 and the 73 Gigan. But if you notice something else, let me know. I do feel like the 73 Gigan suit was slimmed down quite a bit. I mean, it's big and fat and pudgy, to me anyway. All right, let's do one final quick size comparison. Let's do that right now. All right, everybody, here's my 30 centimeter X Plus Jet Jaguar standard release edition. I'm not going to spin this because he's kind of wobbly. So I'll just keep it stationary. I don't want him to fall, but we really do need his brethren from the film. We need Megalon and Godzilla desperately. And the 72 Gigan can stand in, but I would like to see a 73 Gigan, but desperately need Godzilla from X Plus to go with this. He's lonely. X Plus, this Jet Jaguar 30 centimeter is so lonely. He needs company. He hangs out with these guys, but he really needs family company, which would be the X Plus versions, to go with him. So, wink wink, X Plus, please. All right, I'll move on to some final thoughts, and let's do that right now. All right, everybody. This is a really cool commission I got from Mark Sing Yang. Pretty neat looking. Thought I'd do an in-focus video. I've had a 1973 collection video in my archives on my channel, but I wanted to do a video specifically focused on this particular sculpt because I feel like it deserved it. And I do agree with Mark. I do feel like if he had another crack at one of these, it would be much more impressive than mine is. And I love mine, honestly. When I got it, I was very happy to own it. So, but I think that he would manufacture one that is superior to mine, because he is ever improving and evolving in his sculpting talent. So, yeah, but it is a nice addition to my collection, my ever-growing collection. And I would highly recommend, if you ever would want something customized like this is, I call this a combo sculpt, because there's two figures and they are doing something together, which is the handshake. So I have this combo, and I have some more combos coming from him that I've commissioned. So I would love to hopefully get those in the coming year. All right, I will do a close-up of this here sculpt. I'll bring the camera forth. I want to thank everyone that pays time and attention to my channel. And if you like the video, like and comment below. And this is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room here in Greater Cincinnati. And I want to wish everyone a very fun, kaiju-filled day.